I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy, 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 boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that mean me not say it. Know who score, that mean me not say it. Never know no game play, that mean me not say it. If me never see no game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you a go love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Sports. Hello. Welcome back to I Am Sure Sports. This is it now. We're going to discuss some Reggae Boys football. Yes, Jamaica tackle Costa Rica. If you received the first thing that we sent, that was supposed to be our discussion, but we had Bobby Murphy on. Great content. But we did change the thumbnail and the description. This, we're going to look at the starting 11, talk about the opportunities of winning the game. Do we still stand any chance? I don't believe so, but what do you think? We're going to discuss that in a healthy, wisdom-filled, and intelligent manner, right? Not over-promising and under-delivering. We won't do that, all right? But first and foremost, a big thank you to the sponsors of this video. Launch Legacy. Handle risk, seek legacy. For all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA, visit Launch Legacy at launchlegacy.com or call or text them at 647-989-0782. Thanks to Prestige Finance as well, lending a helping hand when you need it most. This is a place where you can get 100,000 Jamaican dollars for that wedding, that funeral, that business. 100,000 Jamaican dollars to borrow at 0 to 4% interest rate, no processing fee, and same day processing. Check them out. Give them a call at 876-884-7390. Prestige Finance. Thanks to all the persons who are in the chat. Big up Shem Jackson, Foreign Spider. We're not afraid of no Brazil, Argentina with this crop of players. But we should be. A Foreign Spider. Watch it. Big up to Balakar. You mean Balakar, man? We big up that. We just talked about it, Balakar, man. Yesterday we talked about it. Big up Balakar. And big up Krista J. Daly, KC Copper. Yeah, on loan there until December 31st, 2022. Congratulations again. Up, Coach Minzy. When you do feel your wisdom too. Yeah. Hey, Coach Minzy, you know what I said? Go see you later, you know, because you don't know, we have to check in and clock in. You understand me? Match day, loud music, entertainment, fresh God in the building. And yeah, man. Ricardo Baggio, bless up, bless up. People, what do you think? What do you think about today? Strongest team, strongest 11. Um, yeah, let's just jump right into that. I'm going to share with you what I think you know should happen, and then you can give me your thoughts and feedback. All right, this is going to be interesting to hear from you guys. You're the gurus on football. I'm just a mere mortal, right? I'm just a mere mortal. So let's see. All right, let's see. Yeah, can Jamaica get anything out of this game? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right. So let me see if I can. Yeah, if I can. How best we can do it so that you can see it clearly from your vantage point. So yeah, Andrew Jackson. What time is the game? Where to watch it in the USA? The game is at 7 p.m. Jamaican. That's Jamaican time. Right, so it's 7 p.m. 7 p.m. All right, 7 p.m. Jamaican time. All right. It is on I don't know where on in the USA you can watch the game. I know that it's on most of the major networks because it's World Cup qualifying. So you should be able to find it there. But if you have any of the local apps, it's on the Flow Sports app. That's one place. You always have His Goal. You can watch it on. Um, First Sport is a next place as well. Paramount Plus. That's a next place as well. Um, yeah, So let's see. Let's see. But people, what do you think of this starting 11? Let's talk about it. Do you think who would you change? So in goal we have Andre Blake, we have Greg Lee at left back, Brian Brown at right back. Damian Lowe comes back into the starting 11 to play alongside Ethan Pinnock. Kevin Stewart at CDM with Daniel Johnson and Ravel Morris, Bobby Reed, Lamar Walker, and Mikel Antonio. All right. What do you think of this starting 11? Who would you take out? Who would you add? Is there a stronger 11 that we could use today, that Paul Hall could use today for this game? Yeah, like, does this team give us the best shot? You have options like Kemar Lawrence, Alvas Powell, Adrian Mariappa. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Loud music entertainment. I don't think Andre Gray has the physical conditioning to start the game. And unless we change the formation, I think it would be difficult to play him and Antonio together unless you're suggesting that we move Antonio out to one of the flanks. I don't know. I don't think that we would get the best out of Antonio if we moved him out to the flank. Yeah. What I will say is that typically changes. Oh, somebody's saying that Lowe is still suspended because he got a straight red. Okay, so it was VAR. Okay, all right. So let's put back Mariappa in there then. Somebody's saying start Burke. I think though Burke gives us a lot of defensive work, I don't know if he provides a whole lot in the offensive sense. But let's do that. the thing is that I don't want Antonio to start the game dropping back to defend. And I don't see how we play Gray on the flank. If we play Gray on the flank, we're gonna have problems. So let's just make some of those adjustments. They said Low is still suspended, so Mariappa is a man who started in the last game. Adrian Mariappa. So let's go back with Adrian Mariappa. What's going on here? Where is it? Adrian Mariappa. All right, so let's see if we can fix that. Let's see if we can get Adrian Mariappa in, and then we come back to the screen. Hold on, let's see. Adrian. What's going on with this thing here? All right, so Adrian Mariappa. Adrian Mariappa. All right. So we're gonna make those adjustments and see, how the team would look. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah. All right. So Adrian Mariappa. Let's see if we can get it now. Adrian. I don't know what's going on. What's going on right now? I don't know what's going on. You keep telling me bad requests, and it look like I must have changed this team. It keeps saying bad requests. So let's put in Adrian Mariappa. All right. So let's see we can because they keep telling me bad requests. So let's see. Do I need to refresh it? Maybe I need to refresh it. Oh Lord, and starting all over again is going to be rough. All right. So Andre Blake in goal. Let's go over again. Andre Blake. We're gonna start Adrian Mariappa, right? Because he started the last game. Yeah, he started the last game. So Adrian Mariappa would Adrian Mariappa. There we go. All right. Ethan Pinnock starts. I think we need to start the team that stand the best opportunity of giving us goals. I think so for this particular game. And putting someone on the bench I don't. It's not because they are bad players, but it's just that at this time we need to win, and I need to find who can give me the best offense and still provide me with some defensive coverage. All right, I'm starting Kevin Stewart, not because Speedy is a bad player, but Speedy, I don't know. I think his inability to be a ball winner sometimes affects how the midfield plays. I thought Ravel made a major mistake in the last game by giving up that careless penalty, but I still believe he's good enough to give us something going forward as well. So I would start him. I'm not moving Mikel Antonio. I know some person are suggesting that we're moving. I don't see us having a system where we play Mikel Antonio starting. I thought Bobby Reed did well enough in terms of his defensive game, and he was able to drop back at left back in that game. The other option is Lamar Walker. Somebody saying Andre Gray. I don't see Andre Gray playing on the flank. I don't see him playing there. So that's why I had, because the truth is that Lamar Walker didn't look bad when he came on. So we're going to put up back this team. So we can slice and dice and and go through it, right? So yeah. So all right. So let's go, people. Man is man slow on them technology thing. Yeah. In the meantime, in between time, remember to hit the like button. All right. Like up the content. Like up the content. Oh my Lord. Hey, tomorrow we have some big interview. I have a coach from out of Guadeloupe talking football philosophy. He does French. So we're going to be doing a lot of the content will be in French, right? So Yeah, we're going to have an interpreter on the program as well. So that is going to be interesting. We also have Alan Skill Cole tomorrow morning. So you don't want to miss that. All right. So, yeah. So I've made the changes that you guys suggested. All right. Gray is too slow for the wing. I would go with Walker. Midfield, Stuart, Ravel, and DJ. We have that already, right? That's what I'm saying. I don't know if Gray can play on the flank. So, Fresh God was saying start Corey Burke over there. Yeah. I think Gray is physical fit, but he doesn't have the pace anymore. Yeah. Yeah, good point that Fresh. I think it is not fitness, it is pace. And you need some pace out on the flank. So I think that Lamar Walker would be the best option. Loud music. So loud music entertainment. So where are you going to put Antonio? You're going to put Antonio on the flank because Gray can't play on the flank. Who you going to put on the flank? You can't leave the wide area open, you know, because you're going to kill Greg Lee's game. You need to have somebody over there in front of him. You have to have somebody who is going to help Greg Lee in a defensive sense. If you start him. So we either go with Walker, I think, or Corey Burke. Walker or Corey Burke. For persons who are saying, well, change the formation, I think at this time it would be very difficult to change the formation. I don't see how you come into this game and then change your formation. You don't have enough time to change. I don't think you have enough time. You play Sunday and today is Wednesday. You probably got back to Jamaica Monday. You had a session yesterday and today is a game. You probably had a local session Monday, but your major session would have been yesterday. I don't think you have enough time. And if Lowe is still out, why would you play a three center back? I mean, because you don't want cards or injuries, because then you're gonna have to bring in a king inside. You know, I don't. That's what I'm saying. I think 3-5-2 is a good formation, but does it give us enough time? Do we have enough time? That is the question. Do we have enough time? All right. So, all right. So you're saying play three center backs. Who are the three center backs? I people, I am telling you, so this 3-5-2. You know what I realize with these things, right? That um when we look at when you come in this group, you know that if any one of us were the coach, we would get the same sort of criticism as all the other coaches. Just look at the different options that we all make. All right. Some persons are saying King should start. Some are saying that Moore should start. All right. Some are saying go the 4-3-3. Some are saying play three in the back. Why do we need to play three in the back against a Costa Rica team that we drew against in Costa Rica? Why? Why should we go three in the back? Shouldn't we be more offensive? Yeah. And is Liam Moore here? I don't think Liam Moore is here. So if Liam Moore is not here, I don't think we can take the risk because we only have one centre back left, and that is King. And what if Mariappa needs to come out? What we're going to change the formation? Because is Moore here? Blake would start. Miller I go start. Listen, anybody who put Miller in the anybody who put Miller in the goal is setting up themselves to be fired. So there you go. So Moore is not here. Moore is back in England. There you go. So right, I'm Low got a straight red, so I am not sure if he is going to, be available to play. So I don't think based on that you can play three in the back. Why would I give? All I'm saying, Jake, I'm not saying that Miller is a bad goalkeeper, but Blake in the last game, Blake saved a penalty and saved almost 2 certain goals. I don't think our problem is the goalkeeping. I don't think so. I don't think we have a problem in the goalkeeping department. Even if distribution was better in the last game. So I don't think it is goalkeeping. You don't bench your captain like that. You strip him up. I don't know. All right. So 3-5-2. I'm going to work that, because the people them say that is what it should be. But I don't see a coach having only 3 center backs play all 3 of them in a game that they must win, where they're going to need to press a whole lot. Because again, if one gets injured, you have to revert to your old, which you may not have the personnel on the field. All right. So, yeah. So people saying 3-4-3 is the formation. All right. If you play 3-4-3, all right. So give me a formation and give me your squad, and let us rate them. All right. So I'm going to go back to what I originally had, because I'm not starting Gray because he's not able to. I'm going to start Lamar Walker because I think Lamar Walker would be able to give me more from a defensive perspective. So let's work with this team as my team. All right. And then I'm going to take it down. How much do you rate my team? All right. Out of 10. I give my team 11 out of 10. So let me get 4 ratings, and then just put in your formation and your team, and I will put it up, and then we can rate it. All right. Bear in mind, Liam Moore is not here and Damian Lowe is out. Yes, listen, I don't Stephen Mitchell. He is by far the best goalkeeper in Jamaica and maybe the region. I don't see how Miller gets into this team over Blake. You're gonna really put tax. All right, Warren, select your team and then put them up there. Put the 11 with the 3-4-3. Let me go. All right, Pagan, you man, Claudia, man. Claudia, you give me 6 because Ravel, 6 because Ravel in my side. So if Ravel was, wasn't in there, how much I'd get? Who else is missing? Claudia, why you give me so much? 7.5, do better. All right. Pagan 180, let me see your team. Warren, let me see your team. Miller have to start. Give me your team, I King. Let me go through them one at a time. All right. Fisher just found a club. Awesome. Congratulations, man. The man who said they divided us to conquer us. Those are the words of O'Neill Fisher. All right. So let's go with J-Ross team. All right. So What formation, Jairus? Oh, 4-2-3-1. All right. So 4. So let's work with that. 4-2-3-1. Is it there? 4-2-3-1. So that's Jairus. All right. So let's see who he has in his team. Miller in goal. Lee, Pinnock, Mobs Brown, Stewart, Speedy, Walker, DJ, Bobby, and Antonio. So he has. So you're taking out Ravel. Okay, so he's taking out Ravel. So let's go and look at Jairus thing. So Ravel is out. Speedy is here. Devon Williams. Devon Speedy Williams comes in. All right. And he has Miller in goal instead of Blake. What Miller is he? Dwayne Miller. Man name not even there another thing a star. Don't tell me same name. Oh, him name there here? Yeah. Miller. There you go. All right, people. That is J-Ross team. Oh, you can't see the rest of it. Let me bring it up so you can see all of it. So there you go. That's his team 4-2-3-1. All right. I'm not playing no one forward still. How much do you rate that team? How much do you rate that team? I wonder what Claudia going to give you right now. Jeros. When Claudia, Jeros 5 points because you took out Ravel. All right. Give me a team. All right. Official. Oh, somebody saying that Fisher signed a 1-year deal to Minnesota FC. Congratulations, man. You give him 8. The only difference in the man team and my team is the goalkeeper, and him start Speedy instead of Ravel, and him get 8. All right, boss. Fisher King now. Yeah, he made a squad, Minnesota FC. Speedy should be shouldn't man says Speedy should have been near Stadium East, yeah, man. Yeah, so let me see here. Let me see who else out their team to drop. Peso. And what formation they using Peso? Brown, Mariapa, Lee, Stewart, DJ, Ravel, Gray, Antonio. So you basically have the same team that I had up. Yeah, except you have Gray instead of Antonio, right? Because you don't put up a formation. You give Jairus 10. You want to give Jairus 10. Don't believe it. Just because Miller in the team, the man give the man 10. People, you believe that? You say conquer himself. What you say, Andrew? Andrew 55. Powell can play centre back, risky, but we don't have a choice. Powell. Powell can play. So we feel like. Yeah, right. You said that. Please don't start Blake. I don't want him making any saves and keeping us in a game we have no business being in. So we feel like we should have won. Okay, boy. Hey, reggae boys, we cause heartache. Give it a 8. Yeah. All right. 4-2-3-1. Oh, so foreign spider, your only change is you don't have a goalkeeper though. So foreign spider, let me put in foreign spider team. All right. That's it. Foreign spider 4-2-3-1. You don't have a goalkeeper though. Are that's deliberate. You're planning on not having a goalkeeper. So what he has is that instead of Mariappa, he has King, Richard King. Richard King. So he has Richard King, that's Foreign Spiders team. Richard King, yeah, but everybody stays the same. Yeah. How much I give Richard King? He doesn't have a goalkeeper still. Who is keeping goal for you? Foreign Spider. But Foreign Spider said, I'm all night. Oh, okay. He has. Oh, you have Blake as the goalkeeper. All right. I don't see. I don't see how we went to Peru and used. Well, although I think they said had COVID. Andre Blake. Yeah. So that's Foreign Spider team. How much? How do you rate that team? Mark Shiloh said that my team get 99.9. Just take out Reed and put in Flemmer. You would give me 99.9, but the rest of people would give me 0.99. That's what they would do. That's what they would do. Uh, uh, a lot of people are saying, listen, why would you? What has Blake done in terms of wrong, in terms of his primary job? I mean, in the last game, because he kept us in the game, And I don't see the other goalkeepers being able to do that. I don't know. I think in those moments when you need a brilliant save, I feel like Blake is the best option. It's not the roots. You're giving that team a 6. All right. Team get a 6. All right. Warren says, Pinnock, Maps, King, Brown. Also, you're playing what? 3. Blake, CDM. Oh, CDM Stewart. Ravel. DJ. Warren. Lee, Pinnock, Maps. Box. King, Brown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blake in goal. Stewart. 5. What formation is this, Warren? You have to put the formation, man, because I want to make sure I understand the formation as well. Yeah. You believe that Blake made 2 goalkeeping mistakes? Okay. I also thought he made some import that penalty save and a couple other, yeah. So yeah. Or maybe that this is a very big point. Why do our defenders play it to him? All right. If he's not the best, maybe our defense need to protect the goalkeeper better. Maybe that's something that we need to do in terms of how much pressure you play the ball to him under. Right? So let's try this one because Warren is saying that he's playing a 3-5-2 formation. So let's see if we can right? So he's going King. I suspect this is what he's going to do. He says Adrian, Mariappa. We need Greg Lee. This would be Javian Brown. He has Greg Lee. Greg Lee goes there. He has, let me see, let me make sure I get it You have Blake in goal, CDM, Ravel, DJ, Burke, and Antonio. All right, so let's go back and see. And then you tell me, all right, so Speedy is out, Ravel is in. Ravel comes in, Speedy is out. Burke, Corey Burke. So that's 3. There must be a better way, man. 3. Three. Let me see if we can get this. Bam. Like that. There we go. All right. What do you think about this team? That is Warren's team. 3 in the back. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't start Fleming in this game. I wouldn't start Fleming in this game. Let me get this comment from God bless. Yeah, man. Respect all the person for jumping on. You ever see you ever see him come and claim any cross yet? His distribution is not up to standard for an international goalkeeper. All right. So the question I keep asking people is this: Blake. No, I'm understanding that Lowe can't play tonight because it was a straight red. All right. So Blake don't have these same issues at Philadelphia. That's what I'm saying. You know, I keep saying to people that Philadelphia plays the ball out the back, and Blake is a part of that. I can't understand why the players look so poor playing for Jamaica. Yeah, and I'm not playing no one forward, man. I'm playing 3. I'm playing 3 attackers. Whatever I'm doing tonight, I'm starting out attacking Costa Rica. The truth is, we have to also understand that we have a goalkeeper that like, I don't know if you know what would be good. Does someone have the stats? I think he faces probably the most shot in the competition so far in the playoffs, you know, and comes under the most pressure. So how much of the blame is up to him? And I'm not saying that he's the best goalkeeper in the world, but of the 3 goalkeepers, I trust him more to keep us in a game than any of the other goalkeepers. Amal is a good youth. Rate him very smart, intelligent youth. But do I trust him to make a point blank save to keep us in a game? No. Do I trust Blake to do that? Absolutely. But I work with the people them. Blake out, I don't know. Big up. Eddie, bless up, man. See you next 352. Left wing back, Taxi, Pinnock, Maps, Brown, Stewart, Speedy, DJ, Antonio, and Burke up top. Oh, listen, I think we can't give Antonio play the full 90 minutes. I don't know how much time he's going to have in this game. Yeah, somebody keep, this is the point. Because if you watched Philadelphia play, why is Blake able to pass the ball to his wing back and to his center back and Philadelphia build out of the back? Why is it that he doesn't struggle with squares and corners scoring and square scoring as much? Why? Why? And say, mark you, say he's not the best goalkeeper in CONCACAF. Say we agree on that. Who is better than him? Are we just removing him because we just want to give an ex-goalkeeper a chance, even though we know that the goalkeeper is not better than him? All right, Claudia. All right, so here's my point, Claudia. All right. Blake passes the ball out when he plays for Philadelphia. Even when he kicks it long, the Philadelphia team gets receiver, collect the ball, however you want to put it. So let's look at that. Let's look at that, Claudia. Let's work on that. If Blake is able to do it when he plays for Philadelphia, what is wrong? Does he change his feet? Does he like take off the feet that he uses when he's playing for Philadelphia and put on a different pair of feet, a different pair of foot, sorry, playing for Jamaica? So something else must be a problem. Why when he's playing for Philadelphia, there is not a problem with a lot of squares because they don't concede a lot of goals when Blake is in the goal at Philadelphia from squares? Could it be the defense, the communication, or how we are positioned to receive the ball? Like when he kicks the ball, I have seen him kick some of those same ball and then Philadelphia win it. If they don't win the first ball, they win the second ball. That's when he boots out the ball for Philadelphia. Why can't it happen for Jamaica? Is it down to Blake alone? Or are there other factors that is influencing that happening? Because when I look at, all right, I can give you a good example, right, people? Let me pin this link, say if you want to. Let me give you a good example. I'm going to give you a good example. Bobby Reed looks completely different playing for Jamaica than when he plays for Fulham. Completely different. All right, people, we have a special guest. Um, Coach Hall has decided he has heard what we have been saying about the team selection, and he's here to speak to us. Coach Hall, welcome to the show.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, people, you're hearing Coach Hall? Let me know. Thumbs up if you're hearing Coach Hall. All right, Coach Hall, go ahead. They're hearing you. Right, let's see. Big up.
Bridget, international football and club football is a totally different thing. When Andre Blake playing for Philadelphia, yes, they give him all the time in the world to pass out the ball from the back. At international level, they don't give you that luggage. They don't give you that space. They're going to press you and they're going to antagonize you. Same thing. Same thing with the crosses, Virgil. Andre Blake, him not come on in box and come for the cross them, brother. See? Second thing, him not talking. As a goalkeeper, you're supposed to be the loudest man on the pitch. You're supposed to direct the traffic. You're supposed to tell the player them what they're supposed to be. If if Mario put up on the post, you tell two man to you, hold the foot, one hold the two post them. See? Andre Blake, brother, let me tell you this, brother. So after this World Cup qualify done, I'm gonna tell the people them why me not trust Andre Blake. It's no we are player playing for him club team, outstanding. And when him come play international football is a joke.
So what you think is you're a goalkeeper, Ryan. All right? When you keep for Excelsior and when you keep for Boys Town, were you any different?
No, I am the same player. I am the same player. Andre Blake afraid for come and get injured. Come on your box. 6-yard box, man, a buck out your net. Come collect the ball, brother. Him now come and collect the ball, brother. Him leave all light on him defender them to deal with. Man, for come for the square them. Especially if them coming at the 6-yard box. Him come on a flap. Management, the second goal that Panama scored on us, brother. Where Andre Blake push back the ball in play. As a goalkeeper, them teach and tell us, never you push it back in play. Why you think him get injured in the Gold Cup final a couple years ago? Because the man spill the ball in a dangerous area, and a man come on and latch on and lick out him too. Lick out him and them, brother. The man now come on him back enough, brother. And the man push back the ball in a play. Come on, help the defense. Come for some of them ball, take the pressure off of the defender them. It's so much the defender them can do, but you can use the hand.
So is that down to Andre Blake alone though?
It's down to Andre Blake and the goalkeeper coach who assist him. Goalkeeper coach supposed to write down them things. They know somebody on the phone with a goalkeeper coach. And the man say, Ryan, when me a train you, the man say, you know, make them mistake. They have come on your back, brother. The goalkeeper coach, you have to ask the question, is he doing enough to help Andre Blake?
Okay.
These are the questions you have to ask, you know, because the goalkeeper coach, you're supposed to assess the man's performance. You're supposed to write down where the man has missed out. The goalkeeper coach, you remember the first goal scored on, the second goal scored on Jamaica. Me and Warren Barron just said, he don't remember all the goals scored.
Yeah.
Because Warren Barron, them pay attention, him overplay him role, brother. You know, pay attention for the goalkeeper. You pay attention in a Paul all my youth, Blake, all of them are suspect. I just can't wait for that campaign of them to drop the bomb. I'm going to drop it, I'm going to make it I'm going to make it bomb out. The whole of them when you hear attack, only I'm going to drop the bomb on them, brother.
So let me ask you a question. So for this game, right? Would you not start Blake? Would you give a next keeper a chance, or you give him this game to hopefully get it right?
Mannings, man. Listen, this game is not important, brother. I am saying, Andre Blake, I see enough of them. I need to see no more of them. Them do what them can do. I not say him better than the two goalkeeper them, you know.
Yeah.
But it come to a point when me I hear the stuff them, I not trust him, brother. Give Aman Knight, give Dwayne Miller. This game when people come and talk about FIFA, it no matter who play, still a go lose. It no matter who play, because them show me say, them now want fight for the 6 million Jamaican people, yard and abroad. Them man are on guts, brother. Look at all of the players them when they don't have no contract. And when them do sign a contract, a 1-year contract. That tell you something. Even the goal of scope on us go 1-1 in Panama. Look at Jevan, bro. Look at him position. Look at how him position and the ball is Panama and going at the goal.
I think he was careless. Look, all right, so obviously that was a communication issue, and if he is coming from he should have. I'm a goalkeeper, hold on the Ryan. If I'm a goalkeeper, right, and a square is coming in, I'm the defender behind the goalkeeper, and because I can shout out to the keeper and say, Blake, Andre, me have it covered, so that ball come across. I don't think he said anything, and Blake didn't see him. So there was no communication. So when Blake pushed the ball, yeah, go ahead.
What Andre Blake do all the time, brother? Him not the goalkeeper. You have to talk, you have to communicate. That's one of the most important things as a goalkeeper. Because you see the whole entire game, brother. Man, not talk enough, brother. He not talk to the defender, them, brother. You see, him supposed to know when defender them there. And the defender them supposed to know when they. Instead of square up coming out the box, brother.
Yeah.
Andre Blake to do this, brother, man, you. Me telling you that, brother.
Yeah. I can understand, you know, because I think in the Mexico game, I think the communication, I don't know, I just feel like there is an issue. And like I realize that when there's a ball between Blake and Pinnock, Pinnock takes charge. Right? Whenever there's like a Alvas Powell, a Kemar Lawrence, any one of the Jamaican players, there is a breakdown in communication. Some people think it's a planting. You understand me? But how it looks is like if Pinnock is there, he takes command. If Mariappa is there, he takes command. When like a Blake and like I say, a Javian Brown, there seems to be a lack of communication. Nobody is saying that I take command of this. Nobody does. And I think that is the fault of the goal. Now, is it up to Blake alone? I don't know.
Brother, it's up to the goalkeeper coach, brother. The goalkeeper coach must overplay my role, brother. Do your work. Your job is to make wise time Blake come and play with Jamaica and look so bad. Goalkeeper, my you. Anyway, brother, I'm there on the road.
Yeah.
Come up,
yeah, man. All right. Bless up, Ryan. All right. That's Ryan LFC. Not Coach Paul Hall. Yeah, boy. But at the end of the day, he to me is like, all right, so people are saying that let's give Miller a chance. All right? Let's give Miller a chance. Let's give Greg Lee a chance. All right? So let's put Miller in goal. We're gonna put Miller in goal. Is Miller in better form than Amal Knight, who played in the Peru game? Eddie, jump on and share your thought, man. Military Guna. Jump on and share your thought, man. What say you, Military Guna? Are you agree that Blake should probably sit out this one? Or you would play him? That's what I'm saying. I like, this is what that's what I'm saying. Obviously, something else is wrong with this team. Because if a man is keeping in Philadelphia, he comes and collect the cross. Why can't he do it for Jamaica? Something else is amiss. Something else is amiss. This or that sports, how you doing?
Oh, go on, sir. I'm good, man. Here I talk about the lineup. I feel like we don't want a piece of the argument, you know?
All right. Go ahead, man. What say you? I mean, the people them say my lineup poor. You understand me? But,
I caught you a bit late. What was your 11?
I had Mariappa and Pinnock, Lee, Brown, Stewart, Ravel, DJ, Bobby, Mikel Antonio, and Lamar Walker.
And in goal?
I had Blake in there, but I was almost stoned. You understand me? So it looked like me have got change.
Yeah, man, because recently, just a while ago, first, me and my partner, we had released a video with our lineups and we both had Blake, and then it occurred to me I'd have to put up a video by myself without rush. It occurred to me that it can't be Andre Blake no more. Like Andre Blake, he's put too many steps wrong. It have to be somebody else. And Dwayne Miller has been doing this for a long time. Andre Blake might have more caps, but Dwayne Miller has been around the program for much longer than Andre Blake has. And I would have definitely, seen that the campaign is as good as over now. I would have rewarded Dwayne Miller for his constant availability and loyalty. And it can't get much worse than what Blake here give it, because Dwayne Miller is not great on his feet, but neither is Andre Blake, right? So I would have run with Blakey or Amal Knight. I would have run with Dwayne Miller or Amal Knight in goal for sure over Andre Blake. I'd make Andre Blake sit this game out at least.
All right. Any more changes to the 11?
Yeah, so I would have stick with Low and Pinnock. I think
Is Low? They're saying that Low can't play because he got a straight red.
straight red, so 2 games.
Yeah.
Oh, Jano. Well, if not Low, then if not Low, then you know what I would go with. To be totally honest with you, if not Damon Low, I would go with King and Pinnock. I think going forward, Low and Pinnock I think are the two that I would have going forward. I think both of those two guys can be two of the few veterans that I want to retain for the next campaign, the next cycle. So Mariappa, I think it's good to have him around the team, but I don't see Mariappa being a part of our long-term plan for the next campaign. Richard King is definitely somebody that I would give a run under the circumstances. Liam Moore, based on Liam Moore's...
He's not in Jamaica.
Yeah, I know that he left, but I'm saying I'm just talking about going forward. Based on his, lack of availability, he gets hurt quite frequently, and I'm not sure about him domestically, seeing that he hasn't been playing for a while, and I don't know what his career is going to become after this. I think we might most likely be moving forward from Liam Moore and eventually Mariappa. So in this game, I would go with King and Ethan Pinnock, just to give Richard King a taste of first string competitive football, because what's the point of the rest of the campaign if not for that?
So here's my thing, right? I think sometimes we complain about chopping and changing. All right, that's part of the thing that we're saying, that the team has no chemistry because of all the chopping and changing. I thought like Mariappa and Pinnock did well in the center of the defense. Why change them to give somebody a chance? As much as we here saying that we don't have any opportunity, the players still believe and the coach still believe that if they win their next, we may say it is not possible, but they believe if they win the next 4 games, they still stand a chance. All right. So if they believe that, why wouldn't they start a lineup that they are more familiar with than to again make changes? Because if they make changes and they lose, we see one that will come and say, we change the team again.
All right. So now my response to that is, if in fact that they are going for it, right? If in fact that they still do genuinely believe that they have a chance of clinching that 4th playoff spot. If that's the case, then I would for sure go with Mariappa and Pinnock, because I think those are our 2 best available central defenders. Without a doubt, I don't think King is better than Pinnock, and I don't think King is better than Mariappa, right? So if they're still going for it, then we have to go with Andre Blake still.
But I just think I think we have to. There are 2 things, right? If I'm Jamaica, I'm going to play spoiler. So I am going to win every game because I want to play a spoiler. Why should I play Costa Rica in a way that they're going to win and go through? Why should I? You understand me? I'm not giving away 3 points because I'm going to do what I can do, which is I'm going to win my next 4 games. And if I don't go through, I end at 19. Paul Hall is a coach. I don't think Paul Hall, as an interim coach, can go in this and treat it as a friendly.
That's true. But me personally, I can't speak from the perspective of Paul Hall, because after these round of games, then we have 3 more in March. Then we don't play together again until June, right? And when it is that we play together again in June, is a competition that I would like to do well in, and I honestly would like to win the Nations League. And I think we should use the remaining of this campaign in preparation for the Nations League rather than to, as you said, to push for 19 points in this World Cup qualifiers, which I think is going to be inconsequential in the end. So I would start my preparation for the Nations League right now. But from Paul Hall's perspective and from the players' perspective, if they truly do believe that they are still going for it, which I don't believe that. I believe that's futile right now. Well, I would have to go with Mariappa and Pinnock. I would still have to go with Andre Blake, because at the end of the day, Andre Blake is still better than Miller and Knight. And I would have to go with Kevin Stewart, Ravel, and DJ. But what I would go with Kevin Stewart Lemar Walker, and Bobby Reed. That's the midfield that I would go with because, as I said, Ravel and Daniel Johnson have not been giving me as much as I would like to get from them. So I'm in the business of not wholesale changes and bringing in a whole new 11, but I'm thinking about fitting small pieces into the puzzle right now that might be big in the Nations League and it might be big in next year's Gold Cup and then in the World Cup qualifying campaign. But if you're not there still trying to go for it,
What
then
about this now?
go with
Paul Hall, at the same time, Paul Hall, right?
Yeah.
His job is interim. So he doesn't know that he's going to be here for the Nations League.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't say, I am prepared, unless he has been given a guarantee that he's going to be the coach 6 months from now. He can't go into this game now preparing for Nations League because he doesn't know that he's going to be the coach, Because remember, from what we have heard, it is an interim. It's an interim position.
Yeah. Well,
you understand what I mean? If you have an interim position, you can focus on the next competition. You have to focus on the present competition, which is, I got 6 games. Out of the 6 games, I've lost 2. I have 4 now. He must now focus on getting maximum points from the 4 game because I can't see how he would validate keeping the job, losing all 6, and then say we were preparing for Nations League. A lot of Jamaicans would not accept that.
Well, personally, if him come to me and him say that be the case, I wouldn't have an issue with it. But as I said, I cannot speak from Paula's perspective. I ask me forgive how I would have lined up the team, and that's how I would have go. But if them still go for it, then my lineup is not a lineup that is still going for 12 points in the World Cup qualifiers. I can safely say that my lineup that I would go with is not a lineup that I would expect to get 12 points from the remaining games. However, I don't think 12 points from the remaining games is important because finishing 6th, in 8th, what's the difference? Finishing 5th and finishing 8th, what's the difference?
Let me tell you what is the difference. Let me tell you what is the difference. If I can prevent Costa Rica from qualifying, I'm going to do that. If I can be a bump in El Salvador's path, I'm going to do that. If I can be a bump in Honduras qualifying, I'm going to do that because if they were in,
you would rather inhibit another team from qualifying the World Cup rather than
of course,
rather than begin preparation for the next World Cup.
For the next,
so you would have sacrificed preparation for the next World Cup just to inhibit another team from going through.
Remember, this World Cup don't even come yet. Why am I going to now exclude the option of qualifying for this one? Because it's still an option. We don't know what is going to happen with Panama. What we know is that if we win the next 12 games, we have 19 points. I am going to do that. If I don't qualify, I have not lost any time in preparation. Really and truly, these 3 games, I'm saying that these 3 games.
4, you have 4 more.
These 4 games, even if I remove all of these players and get all new players, it's not going to help my World Cup preparation for 2026.
No, I disagree with you. Obviously moving all 11 players is a bit of an exaggeration. But as you said, blooding some of these players that I'm not one to say, oh, young player, old player, because I don't believe that it's necessarily age that plays football. But blooding some of these players, giving them crucial competitive football World Cup qualifying experience from right now when you have the chance to give it. So when we have 4 games that I think is 4 games that we can allow. I've never been a huge fan of Lemar Walker, let me say that straight, but I do think that there is immense potential in that player, right? Never been a fan. I don't think he was. I think he was thrusted into the program before his time. I don't think he was necessarily ready to take on the role that both Tapper and Paul Hall had given him, right? I just don't think it was time for that yet. I would have much rather see Ravel and DJ in all the games, playing all the minutes that he played, right?
Yeah.
However, now that I think these are 4 games that are still competitive, they're still World Cup qualifying, and there are still teams that are going to be coming at us needing to get 3 points from the games. I think those games are glorified friendly matches. That's how I look at these games. And in these 4 glorified friendly matches, I would use it as invaluable time to blood some of these boys that have not been blooded yet, that will be a pivotal part of our program going forward, regardless of age and playing experience. So I think everybody can agree with that. Richard King, because we can't.
Everybody, I'm very sure everybody's not going to agree with you. Go ahead, still.
No. I'm pretty sure everybody's going to agree with me with this next point that I'm going to make, not the points that I've been making before. I'm sure those points that I've been making before are probably unpopular, but the point that I'm going to make right now, saying that Richard King is a staple in our future, you wouldn't agree with that?
I want to say he is a staple in our future.
Has the ability to be.
Yeah, I think his potential, he has the
Yeah.
potential to be. I want to say, because again, I've seen him in one international game and it was a friendly. I watch him in the league, but I want to see more. I want to see him exposed to quality competition when
All
there's
right.
something in the game. All right,
All
but
right.
let me say this to you, and then we're gonna let Flavor, Flavor, we need to see a video, so we can bring you on. You understand me? Let me say this, right?
Yeah.
I can't see why we have a Mikel Antonio, Ethan Pinnock. These guys may not be around for the next campaign. They still can get.
I think Pinnock will be around.
Watch me. That's why I said they may not be, because Pinnock is 28. By 20, he will be 32.
Yeah.
By that 4 years from now, he'll be 32. All right.
Good
I can't. I'm
Goalkeeper.
not saying that he may not be. He could be. All right. So watch me. I can't see Mikel Antonio at his age still having a chance of getting 19 points. That, as slim as it may be an option. And then having made a decision to come and play for Jamaica, we now kind of say, listen, hey, let's give up on those points and use youngsters, or begin to prepare for 2026. I think that would be unfair to Kevin Stewart and unfair to Mikel Antonio and unfair to the older players. Give them the chance. Go and get the points, and then if they don't qualify, then at least they can say we slipped up. We lost some games that we should have won. But it should not be said that we could have gotten 12 points. You can imagine Panama. Hold on. You can imagine you do what you do, and then Panama end up on 19 and play for the 4th place.
All right, we can respond to that real quick.
And then I'll give the Flavor.
Yeah. So first of all, Kevin Stewart, 27 years old, right? Kevin Stewart, if Kevin Stewart stay healthy, Kevin Stewart is going to be a staple in this team for the next 46 years. I truly do believe that. Top quality player, right? If to that point that you just made, these guys would have been given the opportunity for what? 11 games? 11. Yes, it's not only on them, but I cannot completely blame it on the coaches. So these guys would have been given 11 games to put themselves in a better position to have us on at least 10 points. 10 points, 11 points to this point, right? Where my thought process right now wouldn't have even been conceived. It wouldn't have even been something that people would have been thinking about, because I'm sure I'm not the only person. If these guys would have put in just a slightly better performance than all of the names that you'd have performed, because Mikel Antonio, as much as he's scored in more than 50% of the games that he's played in for Jamaica, has been very inconsistent throughout this campaign.
Really?
Mikel Antonio, of course he has been.
Mikel Antonio has been
The first Panama,
how was he inconsistent?
Game, I guess that can be chalked down to a lack of chemistry. Mikel Antonio was poor. Everybody, all 11 players on that team
in
were
the
poor.
Panama game, he was poor or was tired?
The first Panama game he played at National Stadium.
No, you can't. All right, so watch this. Outside of that first game,
everybody was terrible in that game.
No man. I'm going to give you that. But there were circumstances.
Fine.
Watch
in the Mexican game, I was there first, and Mikel Antonio first touch was the worst I've ever seen it.
No, all right.
So that's 2 bad games.
All right. So in the Mexican game,
yeah,
who scored for Jamaica?
Daniel Johnson.
All right. And do you realize in the Mexican game, in the game against Mexico, hold on, let me just take this call and then I'll come back to you.
Yeah, man, take the call.
Good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, good afternoon, man. It's Flavor Max TV. My connection was poor and I wasn't able to come on
Yeah,
camera, so
man,
I
not
said
a
let me call
problem.
you.
Yeah, man, this is better. Go ahead. Your time to talk, and then yeah, man, go ahead.
Yeah, man. So I've been listening to the program. Big up yourself, by the way. The platform going good. Watching the interviews and I like it. Different and fresh and I like it. I like everything about it.
Yeah, man,
So I
respect.
wanna say I concur with you. I definitely think we should go all out and continue to put our best team out there. And aim, the objective is to win, win, and win. And let the mathematics or whatever do the rest. We cannot we cannot start to prepare for our next World Cup in the middle, because well, in the back end of a World Cup campaign. I mean, to do that, we are not even in the position to start to prepare for the next World Cup because we don't know what we'll do. We don't know which players will be available. And at this point in time, they don't know, they don't have a plan. After all of this is over, they need to have several meetings from the management, coach, everybody need to have meeting and assess what went wrong and what went right and look at the way forward. So to prepare for the next World Cup at this moment would be premature. So I am totally against what he's saying. I guess he is just disappointed of how the campaign has gone so far, and he want to prematurely start for the next campaign. But that's not how it is done. We don't even know the way forward at this point in time. So I'm totally against that. We need to go and win and start to get that winning mentality.
Yeah.
And and by doing that, we have to get our best players out there and fight till the end. We cannot talk about getting players and start to prepare for the next World Cup. We cannot. And I'm disappointed to hear because I listened to him talk before and I didn't expect to hear him say something like this. So I'm totally against that. We must go out there with our best team and we must fight to the end. And if there are still 12 points up for grabs, and we should aim to get the 12 points and let the results and the mathematics do their thing. So that's my take on it. I just have to get in that.
All right.
Get rid of that narrative about building, start to build now and start to get youngsters and start to look at players. You cannot look at players in the middle of a campaign, well, the back end of a campaign. That's not nonsense, man. Yeah, big up yourself.
All right then. All right. Thanks, caller. Respect and thanks for calling.
Yeah, man.
All right. So let me come back to you now.
You can give me a chance to address some of the people them because the people them want me talk to them so I can. May I
No,
read the
no.
comment section?
Yeah, man. Just hold it because
I
the
want
comment
to say,
section, because I was making a point. So let me finish, right?
I want
No.
to say to them.
Yeah, man. So let me make the point I was making because you referenced Mikel Antonio. So let me bring some clarity. Mikel
Yeah.
Antonio has scored 3 goals in 5 games. All right, watch me.
As I said, more than 50%
No,
goal
no, man, no, man, no, man. You have
I
to let me
said,
finish. Yeah, hold on.
I
No, you have
said,
to let me. Yeah, you have to let me finish because just let me finish now. Basically, we make a talk now. Let me finish. All right. So Mikel Antonio did that. You reference his poor touch in the game against Mexico, and you reference the first game that he played that was bad. All right. Even if you look at that first game was a terrible game by everybody. That's 1 out of 5. The Mexico game, you said his first touch was poor. That's 2 out of 5 games. All right. His goal scoring ratio is still, in other words, watch this. If you calculate the rest now, then you would say that in the games that he has played good, he has scored. So based on your very explanation of the games that he played bad, it can't be considered inconsistent. Because if you take away the 2 bad games, he's won from all the good games that he played, which is consistency. So I can't agree with you saying that Mikel Antonio is inconsistent. He's not inconsistent because he didn't have a poor game in Mexico, against Mexico. The issue he had was that when he had the ball, he never had enough support around him. And we were defending for the entire game. You can't blame the man for that. How many balls he got in isolation? And let me give you this too. And you were at the game. You were at the game. When Mikel Antonio came off the field, you know what Mexico did? They stopped defending. They weren't even defending Andre Gray. When Mikel Antonio was on the field, they had people double teaming him and triple teaming him. The moment he came off, Mexico stopped playing defense completely. Stop. So his presence, even on his bad day, his presence alone in CONCACAF forces team to have players back on defense. So go ahead now, and then you can respond.
First of all, to Pagan and Fresh God, first of all, directly to them two people there, you know. Them I talk about my reception of Junior Fleming. I have been one of the most critical people of Junior Fleming. In fact, if everybody, you see, if them did I watch all of my video, then you can know, so them watch a one video and a talk. So you can know I saw them people that stay, that are Fresh God and Pagan. Them watch a one video and a talk. I have been saying I am not understanding why Junior Flemings is being called up to the program and leaving the likes of people like Jamal Lowe and Andre Gray. I have been saying that all campaign, if we go back and watch the video, them, which you obviously not watch, I've been saying that all campaigns. In Junior Fleming versus Mexico, I'm not saying he was outstanding, but Junior Fleming versus Mexico did not have a poor game as to what everybody else said. Junior Fleming versus Mexico was the only person making, other than Daniel Johnson, of course, was the only person making reasonable decisions in that game. Besides that game,
hold on. Which one of the games? The Mexico
the
games?
most recent game in the
At the
stadium.
National Stadium?
Yeah.
I beg to differ still.
No,
but
because
right,
I tell you, there are numerous times when Junior Flemings hold up the ball, numerous times when Junior Fleming make forward passes, numerous times when Junior Flemings was. And you see, the beginning of the game, as I was watching that game right on the sideline, the beginning of the game, Mexico did a kill whip on the right side because Javier Brown had no help. And as soon as them switch Lamar Walker and bring Junior Fleming to that side, that's when we started to look a bit more secure on that right side. So people are saying, yo, this and that. If you watch me, why we constantly bring Junior Flemings? Why Junior Flemings are met the team? Why Junior Flemings are met the 23? I've been saying that for the whole campaign, and then people then are going to see that. So that's the first thing when we can't stand with people. That's the first thing. See, this guy glorified Junior Fleming. What? Like, I've been one of Junior Fleming's biggest critic all campaign. But in the last game versus Mexico, I was not very critical of him because I don't think he deserved to be extremely criticized for that game. First of all.
But let me say no, Jamar, because it's kind of funny you said that, because Junior Fleming, remember now, Junior Fleming has been a constant cause of goals in this campaign by
As
not
I've been saying, I've been alluding to that.
Hold on, okay, by not tracking back. So when you say, watch, listen what you said, you said that Mikel Antonio's touch was poor in the Mexico game. I'm going to give you that. But Junior Fleming tracking back was poor to the point where it cost us goals. But you said that he didn't play as bad as people made it out to be. That is where people are going to say your conversations are inconsistent, because he wasn't tracking back. When you watch the replay, he wasn't tracking back to help Alvas Powell in the game when the goals were conceded. So if you say in that same game that Mikel Antonio's touch was poor, but then say Junior Fleming didn't play as bad as people are making it out to be, people are going to look at that as being inconsistent, because when they watch the video, they will see aspect of his game.
It coming like people watch 10 minutes of the football game. Because as I'm saying, Junior Fleming start on the left, Start on the left, and them there kill Javier Brown on the right side. And Junior Fleming's and Lemar Walker switch wing.
I agree with that.
The right side was consolidated for the whole first
half. Because in the first half of the game, so I'm giving you that, You're right in the first half.
And Pagan, like I said, delusional individuals, when I have been saying for the whole campaign that
let me
23.
Yeah, all right.
Addressing Pagan 180 directly.
All right, so let me hear you talk, right? Because remember now, in the first half, Mikel Antonio's touch was not poor. The poor touch came in the latter part of the second half of the game. All I'm saying is that you can't watch the same game and say that Mikel Antonio, to aid your argument about his inconsistency, you can't use that game and say he's inconsistent, and then use that same game to say Junior Fleming wasn't as bad as people are making out it to be, when the 2 goals were scored, the 2 goals that Mexico scored on the side of the field that he should have been defending in the second half, and he was out of position. All I'm saying is that for that particular game, you probably need to be a little bit more consistent, or else people are going to believe that you have a greater preference for Mikel Antonio, even if for Junior Fleming, even if it's not so.
In response to that, I've never been a huge fan of Junior Fleming. I just don't think Junior Fleming was. I think Junior Fleming was okay in the Mexican game. I think Mikel Antonio has been, as I said before, or most stellar performer between him and Anthony Grant for this whole campaign, right? I've also said that. However, that doesn't change the fact that Mikel Antonio did not give us as much as I would have liked him to have given me. For example, the El Salvador game, he was isolated. The USA game, he was isolated, and he still managed to make things work. In the Panama game, he wasn't as isolated in the Panama game, but he was still isolated. What did Mikel Antonio do in the Panama?
Hold on a sec. I have a call coming in. Caller.
Yeah, man, man.
Yeah,
good
man.
afternoon to
Yeah, man. Good afternoon.
you and the panelists. You and the panelists and all those in the chat.
Yeah, man. Bless
Just want to have a quick word in, Always watch a show, support it. But it's the first time calling.
Yeah, man. Respect,
and just to share my views. And the reason why I'm calling is just because what the other gentleman and the panelists said about rebuilding in the back ending on the World Cup campaign, and another issue more just is not people not being fair. I'll only get 6 games, yeah? And the reason why he have that 6 game, it was a previous coach before lack of performance, while he only have 6 games. And in this 6 game, if he doesn't come up with a result, everyone ready to judge and crucify him. How can a coach get 6 games to prove himself and can be a coach for the future? When we have Nation League, after Nation League, we have Gold Cup and them stuff. Yeah, you understand? Don't you think the man need more than 6 games to prove himself? Don't you think him should get a 4-year like top? Or, so for instance, not even give him a full 4 year then. Give him 2 years for say what performance he bring for the 2 year and so what it is. And if him is not up to the standard for that 2 year, then people can start to judge and then chastise him if they want or whatever them think of it. But I don't think it's fair if he does 6 games and then you're going to put the man on the block, say him not good. Come on, you yourself is a coach, you said, because I'm listening talk all the while. He's a coach, you say coach side in the St. and stuff. Come on, if you get 6 games for St. side to prove how good he is a coach for they can manage St. side. Would you think that justify you for people start judging by 6 games?
Yeah, but I don't think people calling I don't think people calling for Paul Hall. At least I don't hear it still. Maybe it's something I don't hear.
You maybe not hear, but I can tell you, I'm not judging. Because me a man, I subscribe to all the channel them where you get me, where football is about Jamaica. You understand what I'm dealing? You understand? More time you're on for 4-year program, even like this, most of your time you was on coaches that show most of that time. So for sure, how long? You understand what I say? But what I try to say, 6 games can't determine Paul Hall if he is a good coach or not. And with the virgin on the panel, where I say we forget the campaign when we have 12 points can gain from in the campaign. And we forget about that and start bringing some young stuff to start build for the next.
That's not what I said, bro.
Remember, it's this year's Nation League, Well, I think June, September, so?
Yeah, 6 months from now. Around. Yeah.
Yeah. It's Nation League. How can you ever get a set of youngsters ready for Nation League? If we continue like this, all the ranking, instead I will get higher ranking if we can establish more players. Our ranking I'll drop back, way back down. We have to continue on from here with the set of players we have and choose the best ones them where you think can bring us forward. And out of the young squad with Paul Hall I bring from when Cargo play Peru the other day, look for the ones them out of it were good enough to can build them in the side to make them start gel with the rest of the players them and get the side to where you want. I don't think if you use 6 games and deter him.
All
You
right.
understand? I mean, not think with a cap scrap the campaign now and say just forget about it when we have 12 points. Whether we even qualify with that 12 points, if we even win, yeah, I will not qualify. We want to win those 4 games back remain. We want those points for build with stats going up, not for pull back down. You know?
Yeah.
So that's my view, bro.
Yeah, man.
Respect for your time. I still listen to the show.
Yeah, man. Respect, man. Thanks for your comments and thanks for calling.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Cheers.
Yeah. So let me say this. In response to the caller for the persons out there, it whether Paul Hall stays or goes should have nothing. And I said it from before. Regardless of what regardless of what the outcome of this is, it should not determine his tenure as a coach, because it is not enough time. This is not a squad that he has built, a group of people that he has been working with in terms of being their head coach. So you cannot determine his position, whether he qualifies or not, based on this. That's what I've said from the very, very beginning. Here's what I agree with. You cannot scrap. You have to do all that you can. Win all your games and leave it. You have to do that. All right? Don't give in. Win all your games, use the best players, win all your games, and then leave it at that. All right? Rebuild can start 6 months from now, but not in the middle of a campaign when you have a glimmer of hope, though it is just a glimmer of hope. And I think that is the big point. But hold on, let me take this call, and then this and that sports are going to come back to you, and then let Kowan share as well. Yeah. All right. Caller, oh God. Yeah. Kowan, what say you? You're muted. All right, let me get you.
Bless up.
Yeah, man. What
Yeah,
say you? Go ahead.
Yes, before I make my point, I want to ask a question. How long now since Paul Hall been around these set of players?
These set of players?
Yes, how long Paul Hall been around them?
After the Gold Cup.
Yes, so if you claim to be, or it allegedly, I must say he's a better coach than the previous one before. How I don't see any system or any style of player so being implemented thus far. Why these players unable to keep possession of the ball, or trying to make passes, are trying to play like they want to play the games? Because
so let me ask you a question. Hold on. So you think since Paul has come in, if the players could not pass the ball, according to you, the players could not pass the ball. So now that Paul come in took over for now 3 games, they should be able to pass the ball.
Yes, because he has to get critiques. He has to get critiques, because it's not like he didn't aware of the players he has right now.
But he wasn't the coach of the players. He wasn't the coach of the players. He wasn't the coach.
Listen me. He was called to help out Theodore Whitmore, and most of the time it is allegedly that he was there in training and teaching them certain tactics and so on. So up until now, I haven't been able to see where those tactics display on the field. It's only in the Peru game I see in the first half where a system was trying to implemented. And based on that game, I don't see these players are different. They said those players are the B team. But to me, they look more better and hungrier than these set of players.
But yeah, Carla, hold on. Listen, you're really contradicting yourself.
It's not contradicting.
Let me finish. Listen, if you're going to say that Paul Hall You
Yes.
are saying that Paul Hall took, according to you, a B team
Yes.
and get them to pass the ball. Then how are you going to question his ability to coach a team?
Because no, it seems like he doesn't know what he's doing.
No, follow me,
Because
caller. If he
listen me.
no, caller, listen to me. Hear the question I ask you.
Yes.
If you just said Paul Hall was able to take the B team, according to you, and
Yes.
get them to pass the ball right,
Yes.
the A team has more quality. How are you going to question his ability with the A team if he can get it to do it with lesser players? That's how
No, it boils back down to the point now where you make it seems like our people on a whole make it seems like the A team is more talented. That's where I'm heading to. You make it seems like the A team players are more talented. But to me, look now, to me, those B team players, to me, have more individual skills and talent than the most of these A team players. Because to me, Ravel, DJ, Flemings, Corey Burke, Alvas Powell, Junior Flemings, those are rocks. Those are rocks. They should know we are be in this team. What have Ravel and DJ done for Jamaica? They're just making the defenders coming under pressure.
All right, so let me
That's where the problem lies in the midfield because they are not pressing. They are just
Hey, caller, wait. You have to
listen.
Hold on. I'm gonna mute you. Hey, I'm gonna mute you. If you can't listen, I'm gonna mute you. You have to listen. You have to listen because you see a lot of things. You believe that the group of players that went to Peru to play a practice game, you believe that Amal Knight is better. You believe better than our keeper. You believe that the defense that we use there is better than Ethan Pinnock. You believe the forward that we use is better than Mikel Antonio. You believe that the midfielder that we use is better than Kevin Stewart. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I said most of them better than most of these 18 players.
Give me the B team players. Give me the B team. Call the B team players' name. According to you, give me their name.
All right. You did have this Shane Bedford. You have Vassell was there. You have
Vassell is still in this team. Vassell is in this team. He's in this squad.
Does he get a game until now?
Whether he listen, we're not talking.
No. I'm asking you a question. Does he get a game? King is in it. Does he get a game?
Didn't he play in the campaign?
I'm asking you, Vassell.
Of course he played in the campaign. Of course he did. Of course. What are you talking about? He played in Mexico.
They put him on to play defense. They put him on 3 minutes leaving the game to play defense. How can you put on
Jordan Fletcher? Is Jordan Fletcher what position Jordan Fletcher play? Good young baller. What position he plays?
He's a striker.
Is he better than Mikel Antonio?
I'm not saying that.
So what are you saying? But Mikel Antonio is one playing the position.
Of them better because you have Ravel Morrison, you have DJ, and I don't see DJ and Ravel Morrison good enough to be in Jamaica team.
All right.
Because they are not better.
Here's what I want you to do. Listen, man. You have to listen. Because we're not going to continue this. Who on the B team, according to you, should come and play over Ravel and over on the B team, that they are not in this present team, and that person should be playing over Ravel and DJ and the names. Give me the names who you want to take from the B team that went to Peru that should be playing. Give me the name. And who they should replace. Give me who they should replace. Go ahead. Give me the names and who they should replace. Easy, and then we're done the conversation.
I would put Lamar Walker and Peter Lee Vassell in the midfield over the two of them.
Listen what I'm asking you. Hey, you have to listen what I ask you.
I'm telling you.
No. Hey, no. Listen now. Peter Lee Vassell and Lamar Walker are in the A team according to you.
He's not getting any game. He's not getting any game.
Brethren, if you can't
No,
listen,
listen me now.
you said,
Listen me.
hey man, brother,
Listen me. When
me I gonna mute you. Me I gonna mute you. If you can't listen to me, and you run the program, and me I run the program. Yeah, you go cut off, and you run the program, and me I run the program. You don't tell me if you listen to you when me I make a point. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's come back to you.
Yeah,
Listen,
man.
let me say it again, people. Whether the team qualifies or not is not enough time to measure and judge Paul Hall.
It isn't.
All right. So his long-term job security should not be dependent on this campaign.
Yeah, plug in that
All
is
right.
not.
Something must be done. In other words, all right. All right. So let's move from that. All right. So as it relates now to back to our original conversation, because I know you wanted to respond to some stuff that were being said.
Yeah,
Because
man.
go ahead, and then we'll come back.
Yeah. I'm kind of calm down now still. You get me? I'm just get a nice call for raise my mood, you know. But as it relates to what I was saying before, people especially, you know, I'm not gonna go ahead and fight fire with fire. I'm gonna be diplomatic and intelligent, because that's what I like to see myself as. So I'm not even gonna respond harshly to things that have been said. I've always been a firm proprietor in the fact that Mikel Antonio has been our outstanding player. In fact, from time to time, I've even pushed that from the little I've seen, I believe that he is one of the most, if not outspoken leaders, but a leader by his example and by his fight and by his grit and by his determination, right? I've always been a firm pusher of that narrative. So people hear a quarter of the story, a third of the story, an eighth of the story, and they tend to run with it and then use that to marry for the rest of their life. See? With that being said, with that being said, to your point, which is how the Mikel Antonio argument came up, and is why it might have seemed that I was harder on Mikel Antonio than I actually am, because I'm a huge fan. You know, I've applauded Mikel Antonio throughout the whole campaign. But the point that you made was it would be an insult or a spit in the face to players like the Mariapas or like the Antonios or like the Andre Grays, that this may very well be their last campaign, to throw in the figurative white flag right now. That's the point that you were making, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And my response to that point is that as good as Mikel Antonio has been, he's not been a 10 out of 10 player. And if Pagan and Fresh gotta go beat me because I make the assertion there, then that just goes to their temperament and intellect. Because he has not been a 10 out of 10 player. So if them want to put in the comment section to Mikel Antonio has been Lionel Messi for this whole campaign, then that just alludes to the fact that their reasoning is not necessarily on the left that it should be to be in discussions like that, because he's not been a 10 out of 10 player, right? I'm not saying that's what I expect, but I'm saying however good somebody has done, there could have always been better. And yes, I do believe that Theodore Whitmore should garner the bulk of the responsibility for the pathetic outcome of this campaign. I do believe that, and I'm saying that openly, right? However, it cannot be 100% predicated on Theodore Whitmore, the coach of the team, because in the El Salvador game, in the USA game, it wasn't because of Theodore Whitmore why we managed to escape with points in those games. It was just solely attributed to Mikel Antonio's sheer individual brilliance, right? So if it is that he could have provided in those 2 games, I'm not saying I expected him to provide in 5 games, but if he had provided in 5 games, I'm not saying to the people who are going to be raining in all of these negative comments, I'm not saying that I expected or he should have provided that individual brilliance in all 5 games. But if in fact he had produced that individual brilliance in all 5 games, we would have been on at least 11 points. And had we been on that many points, then these 4 games would have been more than games of academic interest. So if you are going to say it is an insult to the players that it might be their last campaign to throw in the figurative white towel, which is what it might seem like I'm instigating that we do. If you are going to say that my response to those players who would feel offended and insulted is that you guys had 11. You guys had 11 games to make these last games, to make these last 4 games count. And the bare fact of the matter is that after 11 games, we did not put ourselves in a position to make these last 4 games count. And that's all. And I was not saying, oh, let's bring in Christopher Pearson and Jamon Bartley.
Nobody suggested that you're calling for those players. So let me talk about, because what you keep saying, hold on,
some comments implying that I was saying, oh, we should bring in all young players and this and that, and that is the furthest thing from the point that I'm trying to make.
All right, so let me respond to you. All right, so let me respond to you. Number one, all right. Let me respond. I'm not going to talk about what you're not saying. I'm going to talk about what you are saying.
Yeah.
What you're saying is inaccurate in this. Mikel Antonio, Ethan Pinnock, Daniel Johnson, and even Bobby Reed. Daniel Johnson, those 3, Kevin Stewart, they have not been here for 11 games. They did not have 11 games. They did not. Mikel Antonio did not have 11 games. Daniel Johnson only came back when Paul Hall came back. Ethan Pinnock is the same thing. For whatever reason, they were not in the selection. Whether it's their own personal thing, the coach's choice, the JFF choice, we don't know. They did not. Based on the games that they have played, it is clear to us that if these players were consistently a part of the system, then we could have seen better results. If the players and the coaches believe that there is an opportunity for us to still qualify, you cannot replace them with players that you believe are of less quality and start preparing for a World Cup in 2026 when the qualifiers have not yet been determined. It's just like you'd say now to Shelley and Fraser Price, listen, you can't go to the next Olympics because we're preparing for the Olympics after that. You don't do that.
Man, that's a false equivalency.
No, well,
that analogy that you just made, that's a false equivalency.
All right, fine. When is your response? You cannot. Follow me again. You cannot at this point, when there is still an opportunity, tell players, coach, and administrators to not look to the opportunity, but prepare for something that you don't have an opportunity for anyways, because you don't know. You can't give up. What you're sure about is that if you win your next 4 games, you stand an opportunity. So you have to use that. You have to maximize the moment and maximize the points and maximize the time. Right? Now, let me just address something with Paul Hall. Remember, I'm saying again from the beginning, whether he keeps or has the job, it has nothing to do with these 6 games. The result, the end result. What we must look at is his ability to manage the team, his team selection, the influence. Did we give him all that he needed to do the job? Right? That's what we need to look at with Paul Hall. Did we put him in a position to excel over these 6 games or to fail? All right? That's what we have to look at. The truth is, I don't think that Paul Hall has been given enough time to get the team to play in whatever system he has or whatever system he wants to imply. What he has done is taken the same set of players predominantly that the last coach had, and he's trying to get the best out of them. He's trying to squeeze whatever juice is left out of the players. So I would prefer the fact that you took him on as an interim coach. You must have seen something. Give him some opportunities and then measure that. Can we question? People will question his ability. You're free to do that. But for him to be fired is a different thing. That's what I'm saying. He should not be fired based on us qualifying. In other words, he should not get the job if we qualify, and he should not lose the job if we don't. It cannot be based on that because it wasn't enough time for him to either get them to qualify or cause them to not qualify. It must be based on some other factors. And those are the factors we need to look at. Coach Minzy, your style and the favor have the city locked. Well,
Yeah, man. Afternoon, everybody. Good evening. Good day to everyone, wherever you are. Just listening on the conversation. It's quite interesting, Munnins and panelists. Big up yourself. Who is that? Oh, Joe.
Yeah, man, I mean,
Jomar.
man.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. Big up yourself.
Well done, sir.
In my analysis of this thing, the coach, I guess that's what you're talking about. I believe it's, you see, we are very hard to please in the Munnins
Tell
because
me about
when
that.
when Paul Hall got the job, everybody wanted Paul Hall, right? And they say that they weren't gonna judge him if they qualify or if they're not. They just wanted a change. And now that there's a change, the change has not basically affect what we wanted to see in terms of a win. And I think that is mainly the growth that is taking place right now. Many folks are saying Paul Hall doesn't know what he's doing. He can't be pro-licensed coach and make these silly mistakes. We have seen Pep Guardiola make mistakes. We have seen Sir Alex Ferguson, others, Klopp make mistakes. Of course, the mortal section of us, or the mortal in us, will basically is able to make, or will be able to make these mistakes. I've always said, whether him qualify the team or win the 6 games or him lose the 6 games or him have wins, lose and draw, I would not judge him based on that 6 game. I want to see him over a period of time, like say for preparing for a campaign, to see how he actually work and put plans in place to get what he wants to be done. So, I mean, we are disappointed, and oftentimes when we are disappointed, a lot of things come out, even with the ballers them stating what they stated. I think it's more disappointment for them and for the fans. So, but at the end of the day, everybody is really entitled to their opinion, because you can't go around if we are on forums like these and persons are sharing their opinion, we can't go around it. So that's basically my little few cents, shillings on that matter. Wait, our man is gone. Joe Mar, I have to take up the hosting duty, you're there before me,
Oh, there, and the chat,
Hello?
me there, respond to some people, I wait for him come back, you know?
Oh,
Yeah, man,
okay.
because some people, like I say, yo, just know you lost some subscribers because of that reaction. Then you just unsubscribe them, bro.
Which reaction?
I beg nobody, brethren. Keep in mind, I am somebody who is very, 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 very respectful, very mildly mannered. However, I'm very opinionated, and I do strongly believe in what I say. However, if I am disrespected, I'm not going to just concede. Like, I'm going to answer. I'm not just get up and say, yo, whoever, whatever, this and that. It had to have been something that they said that I felt cross the line, right? And then if them are constantly look for me and say, yo, I'm gonna lose some subs, then you get me and say, it's free. You have your click, you click on your subscribe, you click on your unsubscribe, you get me and say, I'm supposed to the earth.
Yeah, Jamar,
Come on.
people, listen, let me say this, right? They used to, Coach Minzy know this, them used to, Pagan used to beat me,
And
but
man, unless
yeah,
you remove me, I'm not left, come me enjoy the intellectual reasoning we have. So unless
Hold
you
on, Joe Mar.
respectful, just to make you
Joe
mother.
Mar.
Yeah.
Me can give a little nugget. You see, sometimes it's best to stay away from the comments. People are give them opinion in the comment section.
And that's fine.
You see,
I
if it
don't
get
mind
under your skin, whether you deem it as being disrespectful or not, you can't make it get under your skin. You understand? Once it get under your skin, you go out of character. You understand? Yeah, that's the reason why I want. Remember, if we didn't want to set in face to face, I see him. So the reason why I go on, And man, I tell you, say, you don't know what you say, and I tell me, say, me I chat foolishness. All of them things that will come up. We have to just stay true to the thing, man.
A good thing dreading on the day in here a trouble me. You
Yeah, man. Me see a man beat Manning's man name Dreading, man. I tell him, say, a man say him to unsubscribe, and the man say, oh, you can't tell me that.
I went dreading on it. And he come back, I'm gonna put up him comment. And him say, Raid go fall like me hard because man is man put up him comment the next day. You understand me? So I
Yeah,
just
man. You can't take it personal, man.
yeah, but we have a caller. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, it's good to be here. I
Yeah.
usually stay in the back and listen to you guys. It's Andrew Jackson.
Yes.
But I'm hearing some stuff I have to talk today. First of all, I have this to say. If you're interim, you could win every game and you still do have a job in the end. Because the term interim means you're filling in for somebody. So if a more experienced person comes and the association decides to go with them, whether you were performing, you will have a job. So keep that in mind. Are you hear me?
Yeah, man, we're listening. We're listening. That's all.
Your fellow commentator in the red, he made some good points. There's no need you kicking a pan down the road when you come up with the same result each time. So if you have to make a change, if you put all ingredients, the same ingredients in a pot, you're going to come up with the same result. And right now, you're losing, and you're going to use the same players, you're going to still lose. You have to start thinking to make some changes somewhere down the line. And when you're planning, if you want to make a World Cup, you can wait 3 years. You have to make like a 4 to 6 years plan for a World Cup. You look at Canada. How long that team has been playing together? We beat them in 2017. You remember that? And it's the same set of people. And now we can't beat them. All right, I'm going to leave you guys and hear what you have to say.
All right, then. Thanks for calling, caller. Yeah. Yeah. Coach and Jamar, here's what I'm saying. I am not saying that we should not have a plan for the next World Cup. I'm saying that we can't start the planning at the middle of the campaign. Like, well, not in the middle, really. We can't start the next plan now because we still have an opportunity. And I think that, like, and you agree to this, that because we don't know what can happen if we have 19 points, we have to give ourselves that opportunity. Here's what I agree with. If at the next game, say we lose today, so we have only 3 games, which makes it mathematically impossible, right? Now we need to look. Who do we need to bring? I'm not throwing everybody away and bringing. If Mikel Antonio wants to come and play, I want to bring him and Ethan Pinnock for 2 reasons. I need transition. I need players like Mikel Antonio to bring a level of professionalism, the Ethan Pinnock to work with the center backs, the Kevin Stewart to work in that CDM, because the ranking is also important. Preparation for the Nations League and the Gold Cup, all of those things. So there has to be a mixture of both. So there's no option where, let's get in some new faces. And I tell people, there is no B team. There is no B team. Jamaica don't have a B team. You can't call who was on the bench who didn't play. Some of these players, don't want to call any names, but some of these players are playing professionally in other places and earning money. You're gonna call them B. They're not really. They're really not B players. A coach not selecting you. This morning I interviewed a coach, and you know what he said? He came to Jamaica to look for 2 positions. You know that he saw better players than the players that he's going to take, but the players that were better don't fit the profile of the position he wants to fill. And sometimes a coach come in, Paul Hall may not play a particular person. It doesn't mean that the person is not good enough. It just based on how he wants to play his team. He may not want that player. It don't make the player a B player. You understand me? It's just that coach don't like that player in his system. And I think sometimes we give titles to the players that the coaches don't give to them. We call them B player and B team, and the coaches don't give that title to them.
Well, Mannings, what the genesis of the argument though? Can we kind of miss the part?
You want me to tell him my assertion?
Why? You tell
Yeah.
him.
Essentially, I was saying, Coach, that that based on the current situation of the campaign, and I think the remaining 4 games are of little importance rather than just academic interests. But there are still 4 competitive World Cup qualifying games where teams will be coming at us to get 3 points, and as such, I would say these will be the 4 most glorified friendlies that we'll have for the next 3 years, right? We won't have any friendly matches with this much significance for the next 3 years. And I'm saying what I would do is not wholesale changes, but for example, Manning's man keeps referring to Ethan Pinnock as though Ethan Pinnock is finished. Manning's man, I really do believe that Ethan Pinnock is going to be around for the next campaign, right? So I wouldn't keep Ethan Pinnock around for leadership. Like I genuinely do believe Ethan Pinnock will be a pivotal part in us getting to America, Canada, and Mexico. So, but that's just to that point. Anyways, what I would go ahead is Mariappa. As much as I respect Mariappa, one of my favorite players, he's not going to be in the program for much longer. I wouldn't necessarily start him in this game. I would go with King to get blooded, because this would be a good occasion for him to get a start in this game to get a true competitive test. Because this is a World Cup qualifying match that's as important to me as a friendly match. But what Manning's man is saying, and I hear what he's saying. I don't necessarily agree, but I completely understand. He's saying that him want get 4 points and keep himself in a chance. I just don't believe that there is a chance. But as a professional player or a coach, you have to always believe that there's a chance. So I understand what you're saying, Manning's man. Don't get me wrong. And I respectfully disagree with you, and you respectfully disagree with me, right? That is what I'm saying. But yeah, Minzy, to my point, I would go with players who I would think would be pivotal in our Nations League or Gold Cup, and then the World Cup qualifying campaign for the next round. So I would go with a bit, I guess, in terms of quality, slightly weakened quality team versus Costa Rica, but is the team that we can say, or is a part of the team that we can say would
But Jomar, in that sense, I remember 23 players were selected and some are gone and they did not name replacements. So it would be difficult to bring in new players at this time because the squad was
not bring in. We have players in the roster like King, Walker, Vassell, and even as I said,
but Walker has been a staple, so to speak, in all 3 games, in all 2 games so far.
Yeah, and I think, as in fine, but I'm just saying we still have players around the team. Not only those players who start as well. Like, I think Ethan Pinnock, as I've been saying, Ethan Pinnock will be around as a part of the program. And I think Kevin Stewart, you get me? So I think in deep line positions at 31, 32 years old, I still think he should be able to make
who would start for Ethan?
Yeah. No, here's what we're going to ask you, Coach. So,
all right.
Who has not been playing that you think, given your scenario, let's work with that. All right. Say we all agree with your scenario. Who are the changes that you would bring in? Richard King, you have identified. Who again?
Yeah, Richard King is somebody that I would give a run. Okay. Right? And as in pretty much besides Richard King, obviously Greg Lee is not that much younger than Kemar Lawrence, but I do think they have definitely aged much differently. Kemar Lawrence is obviously aged worse than Greg Lee has.
All right, let me say this. Sorry, let me say this. We don't have to start Greg Lee with 2026 in mind. We can start Greg Lee because he has produced better than... No, follow me.
For sure, I agree.
Greg Lee don't need to come in the squad or in the starting 11 based on 2026. He needs to start.
Yeah, period.
So far, it's only Richard King. All right. Who else on the bench? Are you going to start Peter Lee, Vassell, and over who? Because they don't have to start, they can come on, We have I
wouldn't go with Peter Lee, Vassell. But as I said, what I would do, I would switch things up a bit. I would based
But only
on
Richard King. You realize that the only name you're mentioning is Richard King?
no, besides Richard King, what I would do is, as I said, Lamar Walker has been a staple. You know, he's not brought what I think Theodore Moore and Paul Hall have been looking for him to bring. However, I would go with him. Based on Ravel Morris, even though we've been begging for Ravel all campaign, based on his, you know, somewhat lackluster performance, I would go with in the midfield, I would go with I'd probably go with King. I'd go with King. I would still rock with DJ because, you know, reward.
You'd go King in midfield?
No, not King. Sorry, my apologies. Stewart Walker and Daniel Johnson, and then obviously them are gonna beat me right now. I would seeing that he's 26 years old and still have a good future. I would go with Antonio still because, as you said, leadership experience definitely should remain in the team. Bobby Reed, I think, has another campaign in him, and Junior Fleming too definitely will have another campaign in him. And as bad as he's been, there is a possibility that he might get better. So that's just the slight variation that I'd make. So I'm not saying wholesale changes.
So why you only, based on your theory, why you only give Peter Lee Vassell an opportunity to see what he has to offer over Junior Fleming?
Pardon me?
Why wouldn't you give?
You know what? I wouldn't contest that any at all. I wouldn't contest that any at all.
Okay, all right. Because what I'm saying is that, all right, I hear you, you know, but
Yeah.
this is one game. This game is defining game, right, Coach Minzy? Because if you win this game, it determines what you do for the last 3 games.
Yeah, definitely.
You lose this game,
You still
it's kinda
determine what to do.
yeah, it's kind of clear that, boy, this is no, we can look at rebuilding because mathematically it is going to be very difficult. So you still would have, understand what we are saying, you know, you will still have 3 games to blood your young players. So let us use this game, this last hurrah, this last opportunity, this one that everything hinges on. Let us use this one to see if we can get the 3 points and get the 3 points, and we say, okay, now we have 10, and then we make a determination. I think right now the idea to bring in some of these players, I don't think is the best thing for them. Because here's the thing, we must understand as well that Costa Rica are coming here in a must-win situation. All right? Must-win situation. Because it's not just Jamaica. Costa Rica needs to win. They lose this game, their campaign is in problems as well. So they are coming and they need 3 points. Let's not give them any easy 3 points. I'm not saying that the players won't be able to, but I'm going to give myself the best opportunity to win with the players that have been more consistent with. Because if we put a King, for example, at the start of this game, God forbid that he feels we see him one are going to come on here and say them a man and them a cry for an team, them not for the end of the team, and could destroy his career. I would wait until we basically can't go through. That means people will have more, he will have more leverage to make mistakes and learn than in a game where people still harbor sentiments of us winning. I don't want to put my youngsters in the firing line. You understand me? I don't know. Coach Mitz, what do you think about that?
At all times, we should always put the best foot forward, in my estimation, because once the players are there, you don't want to. I would start them, the strongest team from the unit that you have right now. Depending on the result, you can probably, the coach can actually determine how he makes his substitution. You understand? So I wouldn't want to just give players a run out now based on youthfulness or plan of action for 2022. No, I would definitely go for a strong team to ensure that I put the best foot forward to try as best as possible. Because you want them to play to the end, you want them to play all out. You don't want them to get a little lackluster performance. Because as you said, Costa Rica is coming for 3 points as well. We don't want to give them any easy 3 points. Because right now they take Jamaica for an easy 3 from outside the arc, But yeah, I definitely would use it. And as the president said about I know financially it will be not viable to get those persons back in the final round.
And that's
But definitely I would try as best as possible, because if we were in a better position, the money would have been available.
There you go.
So give, and what this will do also is to keep the players together. They complain about chemistry, so all these players will be playing together at the same time, getting used to each other at the same time, build the camaraderie. So I mean, I wouldn't want to disassemble this team. No.
Yeah.
Coach, that's not the point. Oh, I'm still talking.
No, man, I'm going to let you wrap up. Hey, people, I am in Senton. I have to go to Kingston. Coach Minzy is in Kingston and I have to stay in Kingston. So you don't know. We have like 4 minutes to wrap up. So I'm going to let Coach Minzy give his prediction and share his final thoughts. But Jamar, you go first. Share your final thoughts and then give your prediction.
Yeah, I think you guys are taking it out of context. I'm say people, if you don't want, you get myself, and you don't want, then don't. Like, I'm not gonna beg no more, because I'm tired of this begging thing, and it's very frustrating with Jamaican people. And not even Jamaican people, because that's not even Jamaican people. Just for people, period. You get me? I say very frustrating, and especially this weekend with the results that we've been having. For I got through some of them things, I'm gonna have the patience for you right now. So what people are taking it out of context as if I'm saying.
Jamar, listen, do not, 2 persons, let me say this to you. Do not let Pagan 180.
No, man. Don't let
I
press them. I press the button,
No, but
press the button, man. No, make them win. Ignore them, man.
My partner just text me.
Let me say,
I'm running some people, but him are the diplomatic one. You get me? I said.
Let me say this to you.
Subscribe for Rush.
No, hey, watch this.
But
hold on, listen to me. Brain Drain just said it. The comment section.
Brain Drain said something while ago, but they don't respond, but I never even bother. You
no,
know?
hold on.
Yeah, man, I never even bother.
No, just listen. You are now listen to me. This is what I'm telling you. The comment section has never lost a battle yet. Trust me, you can't win them. Just leave it alone. Trust me. It worked. Leave them alone and it will work. All right, but go ahead and make your final.
Yeah. So as I was saying, really quickly, because I know you need to wrap up. I'm not saying wholesale changes. I'm not saying Jamaican players or local players. I do believe, like, in the next 3 games, like, we need to see Liam Bale, we need to see the Marker, I want to see Wes Harding, because that's 25. We need to see Shamar Nicholson. You get me? I say, I still want to get the kid of Taylor Harts and the right back from West Ham name. Like, I still do believe that we need to integrate English players. However, I think we need to be focused more on quality and 28 and under. There are some players that I do believe will have an impact in the next campaign, like Ethan Pinnock, so on and so forth. So that's just what I'm saying. So I'm not saying to gut the team by any sense, and I'm not saying to use Jamaican players, because I saw somebody put some outrageous comment. This or that doesn't like local-based players. What? Doesn't like English-based players. What? You get me? So that's not what I'm saying. Once you have a Jamaican passport, I'm all for you. Mariap, I believe, should lead the team. However, as it relates to predictions for this game, Manning's man, yeah, I'm not sure. The vibe, I'll have to see the atmosphere. I'll have to get a feel of everything. I'll be in the stadium from about 4:30. That they're about, always early, getting some videos or getting some work in. So, I want to be optimistic, but I don't want to make any more predictions for the rest of the campaign. I just want to watch and see what you have to say, Coach.
Yeah. Go ahead, Coach Vinci.
Where's the man? All right, yeah, man. Prediction. Boy, when the match start, me give my prediction.
Yeah. Coach, I feel that.
Right now, me can't give a prediction. Anyways, big up yourself, Mannings and Jomar. As Mr. Jomar, don't take your fans them serious. And them that build vibe sometime. Just go and enjoy it, embrace it. all if a man tell us say the worst and the most derogatory thing, just ignore it, man. Trust me. Some man just do it there on the computer and the phone, you know, man.
Yeah,
I
man,
am telling
keyboard
you,
one.
you
Yeah,
should be
man.
very glad that Dredino was not in the comment section to join them. Then you'd have real problems. You understand me? But yeah, man. But Coach means you say no, we're gonna link up at the stadium.
Yeah,
Jamal,
man. Yeah, man.
we're gonna link up at the
Joma, you
stadium.
did it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. I must say, man, I get ready and go right now, because you know, so we did it from early. You get me, I say?
Yeah. Me can't reach early still.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
yeah.
utmost respect to the panelists and to the people them who can, you know, respectfully disagree. Because I'm all about that respectfully
And
disagree.
them not unsubscribe for your platform, but don't worry.
Don't even think about it. They're not gonna know it. Them are gonna pull away.
Yeah,
But
big up
one thing I'm
management.
going to tell you, what you have done, you have
Always
just
discussing football, you
you
know?
know what you have done. Let me tell you what you have done. You have just put yourself in the firing line. You understand me? You must not let your enemies know your weakness because I can tell you this: that anywhere you turn up now, they go back you. So
Yeah,
just
man, them
No,
are
man.
back here, man. And them are more the same way.
Well, you
just
know,
But you have to
I mean,
just, do
no.
it strong.
But as I
Fabian
said,
Full.
no
Oh, Fabian Full
you
asks
think
what
you
time
have to,
match.
huh?
Fabian Full asks what time match. Fabian Full. Yeah, it's 7 o'clock match, man. But
Yeah.
listen, you know I think that Mikel Antonio gonna score two today.
You think
We need
so?
to start the prediction. Yeah, but Mikel Antonio going to score today and going to come off as well. And I think Jamaica is going to win. I don't think we're going to have a lot of problems on the flank from Costa Rica because Joel Campbell still starting and I think we'll be better able to manage him.
Yeah.
I just feel like these guys are going to put in a good show today. You understand me? The man must stay home, Coach Minzy. We can't do that.
No, man, we can't do that, man. It's hard to stay home, man. You know, say to keep it up. All we need to go down the hill, man. You can't
Me
stay.
tell you,
Yeah.
the only reason I miss reggae boy games is because of COVID. I miss it.
Okay, yeah, man. But bless up to everyone. We're gonna try and end the stream before the battle start. Roll out. You understand me? I'm gonna save Jamar and thing. But coach, bless up. So we'll meet up later. Jamar will meet up later. Every person in the comment section, thank you for sticking and staying with us. I mean, for the entire day. Really, really appreciate it for all the super chats. I mean, respect as well. Thank you so much. For the support, for keeping the comment section active. All the moderators, thank you as well. Continue to hit the like button. Check out this and that sport for a lot of this and that. You understand me? Keep the bottles for over there. You understand me? Check out Coach's desk with Coach Minzy. You understand me? Eddie Guna, military Guna, who are there in the comment section. Thank you as well. Ryan LFC also called in. Respect for that. Big up our sponsors.
Check
as well.
out Brain Drain for the comedic comments.
Yeah. Pagan 180, the original instigator, the U-turn, not a full circle, not the 360, just the 180, the U-turn, man. You understand me? That's what the name mean, a Pagan 180. So that means he will turn around tomorrow in a different direction, a U-turn. So tomorrow he will big you up. You understand me? Today a battle day, it's a battle. You understand me? So big up to Launch Legacy and Prestige Finance for supporting this video. Listen, let's support the boys, give them our best, and wish them all the best. This could be Mariapa's last game, so I want to make sure I go there and give him
Yeah,
some.
I have to come back next 3 man. And then call it. We need to
All
give
right.
Mariapa a testimonial versus El Salvador. How my sound?
Yeah, I think we know we not have time for testimonial, brother. Me I tell you, say me want win every game for win and qualify. You talk about testimonial. The man think a practice game. You have this thing that a practice game. You think me I drive go stadium and go through 2 time, brother, for practice game? And Brain Drain
Wait,
just want you to know that his comments are
I
very.
thought they had Mariapa in the starting 11 though.
Yeah, no, them no joke thing. Me no joke thing.
After the game,
But
him arch and him walk out and we clap him and we give him roses, you know. But him definitely deserve it. Big server.
I don't know about giving roses to Mariapa still. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that part. But bless up still. The rest of the part things them can work. But the roses part, no. Come on, people. Get us to 100 likes before the video close. Again, thank you so much. Have a blessed day, one and all. Don't know, yeah, man. Nah, man. Big up Trick Nick in the building. Products still listen. This clearing thing of the product. You understand me? You know, So yeah, we need to give them to, I think, IT Push and one other person. So let's see. But bless up Tricknick as well, who started this whole thing for us. Again, big up, bless up, enjoy the rest of your day. We have some pictures from the last game. We're gonna add them to this game. We had our agent in Panama. We have some pictures and videos from there. We have some from the game against Mexico. We're gonna get some more for this game, and then when the whole series of game are finished, we'll post the pictures. All right, bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Alan Skill Call. Remember that. 8 likes to 100. Alan Skill Call in the morning. You don't want to miss that. It's going to be epic. Blessings.